Set them up, set them up, set them up. Come on, come on. Yes. Goed afgetrapt. Goed afgetrapt. Nog een keer getrapt.
A faint sound of metal against metal, the quiet click of a door handle, and then the deep, muffled hum of an engine coming to life. The city, wrapped in the cool blue shades of late night, lay in peaceful sleep, its streets emptied of the usual daytime commotion. But in the silence, something was happening. Deliberate, quick, and urgent. A stolen car, barely visible under the glow of the streetlights, rolled away from where it had been parked, moving like a ghost through the shadows. The driver, an unidentified figure hidden in the darkness, pressed down on the accelerator, the engine's growl breaking the night's quiet. This wasn't just a random joyride. It was an escape, a reckless attempt to outrun consequences, a battle against the inevitable. The vehicle moved swiftly, slipping through intersections, its tires whispering against the asphalt. Somewhere in the distance, a dog barked, a faint echo of the chaos that was about to unfold. The siren's cry. The peaceful silence was shattered by the sudden scream of a siren, a piercing sound that tore through the stillness. It rang out, sharp and unforgiving, the unmistakable signal of pursuit. The stolen car, now speeding through the streets, became the target of a relentless chase. Officers, pulled from their routine patrols, responded immediately, their vehicles roaring to life as they accelerated in pursuit. Tires screeched, radios crackled, and the chase began in earnest. This was not a routine stop. This was a test of skill, endurance, and determination. The officers knew that every second counted, every decision mattered. The suspect wasn't just running from them. They were running from the law itself. The city, once a silent observer, became an unwilling participant, its streetlights casting elongated shadows over the unfolding drama. The sirens, now joined by others, filled the air, a cacophony of urgency that signaled an unstoppable force closing in. The recklessness of speed. The suspect's desperation was reflected in their speed. The speedometer climbed past 200 kilometers per hour, the world outside the windshield becoming nothing but a blur. At such a dangerous pace, even the smallest miscalculation could result in disaster. Red lights, intersections, sharp turns, each one was a gamble, a risk taken without hesitation. Behind them, the officers followed with careful precision. Their eyes remained focused on the road, their hands steady on the wheel. Unlike the suspect, they had to balance speed with caution. They couldn't afford recklessness. They had to anticipate, react, and control the chase before it spiraled out of hand. Meanwhile, the dispatcher's voice remained a steady guide, providing updates, tracking movements, ensuring that every move was part of a larger strategy. The suspect's heartbeat pounded in their ears, matching the rhythm of the roaring engine, an insistent reminder that time was slipping away. The invisible conductor. In the heart of the command center, the dispatcher sat surrounded by glowing screens, fingers moving quickly across controls, eyes tracking every movement. Their voice, calm and precise, was the unseen thread holding the operation together. Every street the suspect turned onto, every shift in speed, every tactical adjustment, the dispatcher relayed it all in real time, ensuring that the officers were always one step ahead. Their role was more than just passing along information. They had to predict, analyze, and help shape the outcome of the pursuit. Every decision, every word spoken into the radio, carried the weight of responsibility. In that moment, the safety of the city and the success of the operation rested in their hands. The glow of the monitors illuminated their face, their fingers tapping rhythmically against the keyboard as they orchestrated a response that would end the chaos before it escalated further. The dance of the hunt. The chase played out like an intense game of cat and mouse, a high-speed dance between the suspect and law enforcement. The driver weaved recklessly through traffic, dodging between lanes, making sudden turns in an attempt to shake their pursuers. But the officers, trained and experienced, stayed close, predicting every move, adapting to every shift in direction. The tension in the air was thick, an unspoken battle between the hunted and the hunters. As the situation escalated, a helicopter was dispatched, its bright searchlight cutting through the darkness, illuminating the fleeing vehicle. The pursuit had now reached another level, becoming a multi-agency operation, a coordinated effort to bring a reckless criminal to justice. The suspect clenched the steering wheel, sweat dripping down their forehead as they realized the net was tightening. Escape was becoming an impossible dream, and reality was closing in like a vice. The moment of decision. The time for action had arrived. The suspect showed no signs of stopping, no intention of surrender. The risk was growing by the second. An order was given. Execute a pit maneuver. It was a dangerous but necessary tactic, a calculated risk to put an end to the chase before innocent lives were endangered.
Ja, dan.
Dat was de laatste locatie.
Kallingsstraat.
Singel en dan behoorlijk kruisen met Opstelstraat en dan zonder Schouwingstraat in.
Tik maar. Goed aan gerand. Goed aan gerand. Nog een keer gerand. Ja, dan heeft hij waarschijnlijk lekkerband. Ja, voertuig Christ!
Red and blue lights painted the scene in eerie colors, illuminating the twisted wreck of the stolen car. Officers acted quickly, securing the area, ensuring that no further danger remained. The K9 unit, their senses sharp, moved in, sniffing for any potential hidden threats. The suspect, dazed and bruised, was pulled from the vehicle, handcuffed, and placed under arrest. Their list of charges was long: auto theft, reckless endangerment, driving under the influence, vandalism, possession of stolen property. The weight of their choices had caught up with them. There was no more running, no more escape. The chase was over, but the real consequences were just beginning. As paramedics arrived to assess injuries, officers exchanged brief, knowing glances. Each of them had played their part, and now, the system would take over. The cost of chaos. The city, unaware of the chaos that had briefly unfolded within its streets, continued to sleep. But for the officers involved, the night's events would not be easily forgotten. What had driven the suspect to such extremes? What led them to steal a car and risk their life in such a dangerous chase? These were the questions that lingered in the minds of those who had pursued them. The officers had done their duty. They had protected the city, prevented potential disaster, and ensured that justice would be served. Yet, the burden of responsibility was heavy. Every decision made in the heat of the moment carried consequences, and that weight never truly disappeared. The Watchers of the Night. Police officers do not simply enforce the law, they stand as the last barrier between chaos and order. They are the silent watchers, the protectors who work in the shadows, ensuring that while the world sleeps, safety remains intact. Their job is not easy, nor is it always appreciated. Yet they continue, night after night, answering calls, chasing criminals, making split-second decisions that can change lives forever. It is a role of immense responsibility, one that requires courage, patience, and unwavering commitment. They are the ones who ensure that the city's peace remains unbroken, even when danger lurks just around the corner. Their sacrifices often go unnoticed, their victories unsung, Yet they persist. They take pride not in recognition, but in knowing they have done their job. A night remembered. The story of the stolen car and the chase that followed is not just about crime and punishment. It is a story of choices, of risks taken, consequences faced, and the unwavering duty of those sworn to protect. It serves as a reminder of how quickly things can spiral out of control, how thin the line between order and chaos truly is. It is a testament to the dedication of the officers who stand ready at all hours, the unseen guardians who make sure the city wakes up safe. This was a night that will not be forgotten, not because of the reckless act of a desperate individual, but because of the swift and coordinated response that ensured justice prevailed. In the end, it was not just another call, another arrest. It was a moment that reinforced why they wore the badge, why they stood firm, and why they would do it all again the next night.